The legend,
Hey,
the legend, Miss Vaughn. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. Back this phone up a little bit. That was all up in my grill.
Hey, that's all right. Yeah, it be like
There
that
we go.
sometimes. Be like that sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, Terry Vaughn. Terry, how's everything going for you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm gonna put my headphones on so I can make sure you hear me really well.
Yeah, I actually got the same kind of headphones, so that's kind of cool.
Okay, hold on. Okay,
I
cool.
got you.
Hey,
Oh, perfect. Oh,
yeah,
that
that's
sounds
better,
so
right?
good. That
All
sounds
right, here
so
we
good.
go.
So first things first, how are you? How's the family? How's everybody doing? During all of this craziness that's going on right now.
You know what? I feel really blessed. We're fantastic. We're, dealing in the same way that everybody is dealing with, being in the house, uh, just creating a new normal from within. But everybody's healthy, everybody's safe. So we are very, very fortunate.
You also just started a new series with you in the bathroom, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah, actually, it's not new. I've been doing that. I started doing those posts on IG in 2015
Oh wow.
after I had my daughter. So it was before she turned one. And I was stuck in the house because I was a new mom and I was so ready to be out of the house and be creative. So I started doing these little posts about being stuck in the house with the baby.
They're very
So it
funny.
started back then. Yep. When I remember when I don't know if you remember that, but when the IG videos they were only like 14 seconds long.
Yeah, I hated those.
That's when it started back then when they were 14 seconds long. So it's been a long time, but I just moved it over to YouTube. That is new. So the in the bathroom with Terry on YouTube, the YouTube channel is very new. So
And
yes, please watch, subscribe,
I
like,
did subscribe. I
comment.
did. I did. So I definitely did. I
Thank you.
hope y'all can return the favor because the brother's still trying to get his YouTube channel off the ground. But
Okay.
that's neither here or there. And
No, got it. Got it.
I
We got to support each other.
we definitely have to support each other. There's no other way, to do it. And with everything going on right now with the Black Lives Matter movement, how important,
Hmm.
even in the movement, do you feel that we still need to support each other moving forward?
Um, I mean, that's all it's really ever been. I mean, that's been a weakness of ours, and I think there was a weakness that was embedded in us, of course, from slavery times, and I think that we've been trying to catch up and figure things out since that those times. And there's been moments in history where we have been together, and then everything gets well, and then everybody goes about their own way. And so I think the climate that we're in now, we can't go back to doing what we were doing before. We have to remain glued together, remain supporting each other, remain pouring positivity into each other. And that doesn't mean that we always agree. We don't always have to see things the same way, but it does mean that I recognize you as a Black person, a Black man, trying to do something right from your own point of view. So I would be out of line to still to not to talk down about you. So the whole thing, it has me thinking about the whole Nick Cannon thing that's going on. And and people don't have to agree with him, but I think that to get on social media platforms and to say negative things about him while he's going through this, I just don't see the benefit of. I mean, why are you doing that? Why would you do that even if you don't agree? It's like, just shut up. Don't say anything. So it's always disheartening on these social media platforms. People say horrific things all the time, and and it's almost like they don't realize that there's a person on the other end of that, like a real
Yes.
life person, a person that has feelings and insecurities and ups and downs and families to take care of, like they do. and just some of the stuff that comes out of people's mouths, some of the stuff that they say, and it baffles me.
It's horrific because just like you said, these are individuals that still have lives and families outside of here, but it also goes to show you the power of social media. You know, you actually just hit on what happened with Nick Cannon. He voices his opinion. Next thing you know, his network basically kicks him off. So like, what
Right.
advice would you give to, you know, us black entertainers in terms of just owning our own so we don't have to worry about getting kicked off of somebody else's network?
Well, sometimes you gotta stay the path, right? And so things are gonna happen. Some things are in our control. Most things are not in our control, right? He was speaking his truth, what he feels, what he believes. He doesn't, he wasn't doing anything maliciously. The network he worked for wasn't feeling it, so they fired him. But here is a man who has built his own brand, his own platform. So maybe the firing was the blessing, and he can now go to another platform that he owns or that a black person owns. It's like we have to look at it for what the possibility of the firing could be. So it's not like, and I didn't feel at the beginning, I didn't feel like, it was going to be a devastating thing to him. I just didn't. I felt like it was a fucked up thing that happened. Okay, now let me dust myself off and move on because I am Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like he's still, what we have to remember is that he's the thing. He's the brand. They were tuning in to see him. They weren't tuning in to Viacom to see the Viacom execs. They were tuning in to see him. So he's the voice. He's the money bag. So carry that with you and carry your money bag self somewhere else or do it yourself. And that's what I was seeing was about to happen. And I hope that it still does. But it was really disheartening to see, just how people started bashing him because of choices that he made,
Mm-hmm.
and people from our own community. It just seemed crazy. It just seems crazy. It's like, why would we do that? Especially right now where we are at this very pivotal moment of shifting and changing and owning our own and coming into our own space in a way that we haven't done before. And it's like, this is the moment, you guys, we're going to see where it goes on the other end of this. But it's the momentum of what we're doing that's going to be in our favor at the end of this. And going in on this man was not the right move to me.
It was not the right move, but in a sense, if this part right here does not happen, you know, because we don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, but then again,
Right.
this is Nick Cannon. This is the same guy that realistically was on NBC, MTV. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
as if he's, you know, broke and doesn't have any money coming in. Like the brother is worth a nice chunk of change.
Yeah.
So, you know, hat goes off to him for at least speaking his truth, regardless of what comes out of it now. That's on him.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
we do hope that things get better. And speaking about networks and companies, you actually own your own company, correct?
Production company,
Correct.
yes. Nina Holiday Entertainment. We're a film and television production company. My business partner, and she's an amazing writer, Cass Seegers Beatles. We've had our company for about 15 years now. We've produced about 16 movie projects, most of them on television that hopefully you guys have seen. But yeah, so we have that, and we created that because of situations like this. We wanted to have a platform for our own voice. We wanted to have a space where we can hire people that look like us, people that we want to work with, um, just creating opportunities, not just for ourselves, but creating opportunities for for a lot of my peers.
Yes. Creating opportunities is what it's all about. And
Hmm.
that's something that I'm glad that even with my platform that I'm able to do. And speaking about opportunities, there's no way that I can have you on here without acknowledging him. Your husband gave me the opportunity to interview him. So shout out to
Hmm.
him, one of the nicest people I've interviewed. That brother was spitting so much facts to the point where IG kicked us off and then brought us back on.
That's so funny. That does sound like my husband. He likes to talk. He has a lot to
He
say.
look, Karan was spitting some facts. I
Yes.
was loving it. Next thing I know, we both got kicked off, and then we came
Oh,
back
that is
on.
so funny.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we got kicked off and came back on, and like we both was like, well, anytime you start speaking the truth, people ain't trying to hear it. But that's neither here
Yeah.
or like there. So, what made you decide to get into acting?
Actually, when I was in college, I was going to school for advertising. I thought I was going to be in the business world in a creative space, which advertising is. But I had no clue about acting as a career. But while I was in college, a friend was recruiting girls for a Miss Black California pageant. I grew up in San Francisco in the Bay Area. I was going to Cal State Hayward. Um, and a friend was recruiting girls for a Miss Black California pageant. So me and a couple of my girlfriends, we were like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll do the pageant, whatever. And we kind of just did it for fun, not thinking anything of it. It's not anything that I had ever done before. Um, and then when it came to the talent part, I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna do?
Hmm.
I can't sing. I mean, I can sing, but it just doesn't sound good. But
You
I can
sound like
sing.
me. You sound like me.
So I didn't know what I was gonna do. So what I ended up doing is I did a monologue from for color girls who considered suicide when the rainbow is enough.
Yes.
I did a poem out of there, a monologue out of there. Sorry, she was the lady in blue. So I performed that during the pageant. One of the judges was a producer of a play that they were casting to tour the country. And after the pageant was over, he asked me if I would be interested in auditioning for this play. And I was like, okay, so what do you do at an audition? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Who are you? Don't be a weirdo. Uh, and so he told me to show up at the Black Repertory Theater in Berkeley, California. And I did and met the director, met the playwright. They gave me material to read. I read the material. The director, he really, I owe my career to Paul Roach. His name is Paul Roach. And that's no lie. Like I tell everybody that all the time. So he is the director, and he was a real theater cat. You know, if you know anything about San Francisco and Berkeley, it's very, very artistic, and the
Hmm.
theater world out there is really serious. So he was like from ACT, which is a huge theater and theatrical school in San Francisco. And when so I was doing the audition, he was like, yeah, this character, she's really sassy. She has a little attitude about her. And I was like, oh, okay, I definitely can do that. So
Yeah.
I read the material again, read it sassy, and they called me that night and offered me a part in this play that was leaving the tour of the country. They were going to pay me $400 a week and cover our travel. I was like, what? Are you serious? So needless to say, I took that gig, and the blessing is Paul Roach, that director, he traveled with the play. We did this play off and on for 2 years,
Yes.
and he traveled with the play, and he started training us in the craft of acting and introduced us to all the theater greats, just as far as like Uta Hagen and Stanislavski. And so I just started studying the craft of acting, and I fell in love with it and have never looked back.
From there, you will go on to participate in movies such as Don't Be a Menace and then, Friday. How did you land those roles? And which one did you have more fun portraying?
Um, Actually, they were so which one was first? Friday, I think. So Friday was just going through an audition process. Like I had to audition for the casting director. Then I got a call back. Then I auditioned for the producers, got another call back, and then had to audition for the producers and the director. And I was actually auditioning for the part that Nia Long played.
Yes.
And so I made it to that last callback. with the director, F. Gary Gray and Ice Cube, and all these guys were in the room for this final audition. And it was just me sitting there. So at first I was thinking, oh shit, I must really got this part because I'm the only one fucking here.
Yeah.
And then in walks Nia. And I was, of course, I was such a fan of hers at that time because I was still pretty new to LA.
Yeah.
And so when I saw her walk in, I was like, oh my God, that's their friend. and she's Nia Long.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, ooh, you know, I was like fanning, and I'm supposed to be going in to audition for this part. So anyway, of course, they offered her the part. I think she was just there to meet with them. She was not auditioning.
Wow.
So she took the part, and they offered me a smaller part. They were like, we really like you. We want to work with you. And they gave me the part that I got.
At least you got something, though.
Yeah. Yep. I did. And became friends with Nia, became really good friends with Regina King from that project. So there's many blessings that came out of that project. And little Megan Good, she was little then.
Yeah. I kind of recall seeing her a little bit, not a whole lot, but I mean, that's neither here or there. And then from there, you go on with Marlon Wayans and the Wayans family and Don't Be a Menace. Like, how much fun was it to even be in that movie as well?
So that was amazing. And this was a situation. This is what it's like when you're like making like really low budget, you know, movies. And the Wayans brothers, they're fucking geniuses.
Yeah,
they're geniuses. So I get a call from my agent that Keenan is auditioning girls for this role, for this crazy movie. And he wants you guys to come down like now, come down to the set and audition right now. And I was like, okay. So I go down there, and there's a few of us girls there, and they have chairs set up outside of his trailer. So we're sitting outside of his trailer, waiting to go in to audition for him.
Yes.
And so when it's my turn, I go in, and I have to, you guys see the role, the part, what it was. I mean, we literally have to go in and act out this part. It was crazy in his little trailer.
Yeah.
And just on the floor doing whatever I was doing, turning into this girl just right there. Just the weirdest fucking audition ever. So weird. But just went off. I was like, oh, well, if I'm going to do it, I might as well just go all out because this is just weird. So I just went all out with it. And they were like, cool, you got it. You're doing it. Go to wardrobe, go to hair and makeup and wardrobe. And we shot it that day.
So from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, you had a job and a role in a movie.
Yes.
Man, talk about a great day.
Yes, right. And just at the time, you know, you never know what the movie is gonna be like. It was just this real kooky, silly movie that I had no idea it was gonna be like the cult following that it ended up being.
Yeah.
But yeah, people love that movie and they love that character. It was wow.
Yeah, you've worked with some pretty amazing people like Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey on the Steve Harvey show. How much fun was it to be on that show?
Amazing. I mean, you know, that's when life was like every day waking up in a dream. It's like, I cannot believe this is my life. I cannot believe I wake up to get dressed, to go play on a sound stage with these guys to make a living. It was everything. It was amazing and fun. You know, I knew Wendy because we had done a play before, and we had a lot of mutual friends. So I already knew Wendy. We knew each other, but I didn't know Sid or Steve until my first day at work, and we hit it off like that. From go, we were like, oh shit, it just fit. So, and it was like that every day for 5 years. Amazing.
My favorite episode was the one where Cedric the Entertainer's character was about to propose to you and you wouldn't necessarily eat the pie. And then Steve comes up and says, well, you just eat the dang pie. You got an engagement ring in there. What would
I don't even remember that.
Only reason I remember it is because I'm a big 90s/2000s fan, so I
Uh,
watch a lot of stuff. Out of all the episodes that y'all did, which one was probably your favorite?
oh, I have so many that I loved. Oh my God. I really love doing scenes with Wendy because she's like comedic gold.
Yeah.
She's such an amazing talented. I mean, she's like one of the best comedic actresses to me ever. She's very funny. So I learned so much. I learned so much from all of them. But it was always fun to go tit for tat with her. But the one scene that stands out is there was an episode where I was being like a what do you call it? A psychic.
I remember that one. Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be bringing back the spirit of one of Cedric's grandmothers or something like that. And we're at Steve and Cedric's house and we're sitting around a table and we're all holding hands and there's this magic ball in the middle of the table and I'm like, everybody hold hands. And then I start chanting, Mama say, Mama
Mama Sa,
sa, Mama
Mako Sa.
kusa, Mama say. And then it starts getting faster. Mama say, Mama sa, Mama kusa, Mama say. That's something that sticks out to me. That was very fun.
It seems like y'all had a lot of fun on that show, and
Yeah.
from there, you also will go on to participate in the TV show All of Us. How much fun was it to be on that show too?
That was fun too. That was another one. I was up for one of the other roles, and I don't know why I kept losing out to fucking roles. What's up with that? Anyway, um, so
It's like
so it
I ain't
was
laughing
another
at
one.
you, but dang, that was funny.
No, I know, but it's true. It's true. The funniest things in life are true. So I so yeah, so I was up for and me and Elise were good friends too. So I was up for the role that Elise Neal ended up getting. And I just remember going through the whole audition process with that. It was that was a really challenging situation
Uh-huh.
because because like I said, I was auditioning for the one role and they like the execs like one day I remember like after like my fourth audition or something because there was actually somebody in that exec was like hating on me and I don't know who it was one of those producers over at what network was it at
Westbrook.
UPN no the network.
Oh, the network was you. Okay, it was
Hmm.
Westbrook. Because the only reason I say that because wasn't that
No,
Will's
it's Overbrook. Overbrook.
Overbrook? Okay,
They
Overbrook.
were fucking fantastic. They were great. Like Will and Jada, like they called me personally, just Jada wanted me to know that, she was rooting for me and blah, blah, blah. So when I went in to audition for the network, they all came in out after my audition because they told me to audition, then they told me
Mm-hmm.
to wait. And then when they were coming out leaving, and they were like, congratulations. Congratulations. So good to see you. It's so good. So great. And so I was like, oh my God. The network came out and was like, congratulations, right?
Yeah.
They told me I can leave. So I go to get in my car and my agent called me and was like, how's it going? And I was like, it was great, blah, blah, blah. And she said, well, they haven't made any decisions yet, so I'll let you know. And it lingered for like a whole day into the next day. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I got the call. They gave it to Elise Neal but they want you to be a part of it's always that, but they want you to be a part of the
Yeah.
show. So they have another role that they want you to be a part of. And so that's how I ended up getting All of Us.
I think the character that you play and Tony Rock's character, I love to
Yeah.
see y'all kind of go back and forth. Like
Oh, me too. Oh, I had fun playing her. Don't get me wrong.
I
I
think my
have a lot of fun with Tony Rock. Are you kidding me? We had a
yeah,
ball.
I think my favorite episode was the one where y'all was going to Vegas. And originally in the storyline, they were gonna have you and Dirk babysit little Bobby, and y'all was like, "Nah, we coming to Vegas." And then there's a scene where you and Dirk are actually kissing in like the truck or something. Like I'm a real fan, okay? Like I
I
can
see,
recall
because I
all of
don't
this
remember
stuff.
none of
I'm saying if you ever got some downtime, go and look up the episode y'all was going to Vegas,
that.
and because Will appeared in this episode, Will's character was about
Yeah.
to get married to Niecy. Robert had a
Uh
fit,
huh.
and
Uh
everybody
huh.
stepped outside, and y'all was in the car making. I'm telling you, go back and watch this. You'll be like, oh
So
shoot,
wait,
he
what
remembered.
did we do with Bobby? Did we bring Bobby with us?
Nah, Bobby was getting babysat by the white dude, and he tore the whole house
Oh,
up.
oh, Turtle, Turtle,
Turtle. That was his name. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say the white guy, but I didn't know his name, so that's all I
Turtle.
got.
That's all good.
Yeah, but it seems like you've had such a phenomenal career. You've done so many amazing things from the movies to the TV shows. Even in the midst of chaotic moments, how do you stay focused?
I'm very, very grounded spiritually. There is no way that I could still be going on in this business and feel even slightly, the slightest bit of sanity without being spiritually grounded. I could not. So I think that first is the hugest thing. I'm always, in prayer or looking for guidance and then trusting. It's like being in this business, it's like a faith walk because
Yeah.
you don't know when you're going to work next. You don't know what your next gig is. I mean, right now, don't know what the next gig is. But you have to have a faith that you were put here for a purpose and a reason, to be of service of some kind. So you must are going to get to work at some point because it's a part of your service to life.
Yes.
So that's I stick it in that vein. I stay in that space, and it's not always easy. It's like I have to remind myself, why I'm here. What's the purpose? Because it's not about just working. It's not about just being a celebrity or a star or where. It's not about any of that at all. It's how I'm being of service. And if I'm to continue to be of service in this position that God put me in,
Yes.
He must have more work for me coming, or else or how do I serve? And just being open and being able to be flexible with how I'm serving in this business. So like you said, I have a production company now. So we try to, serve in that way. And then I'm directing now. And I had to open myself up to that. That was what I felt like what was next for me. But I love being in front of the camera. I absolutely love directing. It has been amazing for me these past few years. And then the other thing that gets me through is being surrounded by people that love me.
Yes.
And when I say love me, I mean like love me for real. That will not just yes and me, but will tell me, okay, you're tripping. You need to, because a lot of times when people, and I'm not saying that I've gotten to this point, but when people get a lot of success in this business, a lot of time they're surrounded by people that just say yes because they're the breadwinner. And
Yes.
it's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter that you did that to her. Girl, you good. She deserved that. Instead of saying you were not right. You shouldn't have said that. It's like, and my group of friends are that. It's like we are honest and truthful and really love each other and want to see each of us be our best selves. And this business is a small part of what we do. It's not who we are. And so I'm really blessed to be surrounded by friends and family that know who I am and want me to be the best of who I am.
With all of the things that you've done and your resume speaks for itself, is there anything that you really want to accomplish that you have not accomplished yet?
Yes, which I have been pounding the pavement for years, and I'm waiting for God to be like, time. Is my own television series. My own television series that I created, that I am the star of. And, I've been pitching different shows for the past, I don't know, about at least 5 to 6 years. I've been pitching stuff. So just waiting for the right one to jump off, the right opportunity, the right, you know, lines to just really link up with the right people. So everything has to be right. See, God knows what he's doing. It can't be, yes, you just get a yes and you get a show, and then now you're working for people that don't vibe with you, or don't, and you
Yeah.
have to show up for work and you don't feel, you feel uptight and you're not free and loving and fun. Because this business can be fun. It's like, it's fun to get to show up to work and do what we do. So if anybody is showing up to work doing this and they're not feeling happy and full and, full of excitement and blessed, something's wrong. And I only want to show up in those spaces. So
Yeah.
that's the show that I've asked God to bless me with. My own show that I've created, surrounded around people that are like-minded, that we can be excited and know our blessings.
Knowing your blessings is what it's all about. You've been blessed to
Yeah.
work with so many amazing people. Who are some of the people, like your top five people that you've worked with in, whether it's in film or movies? Give me your top five, like your
Oh my
favorite people.
God. Well, I have a lot of girlfriends and I love all of them, but that's going to take me well beyond my five. Um, so it was amazing working with Will Smith.
Yeah,
That's
shout out
one
to
of the
Will.
highlights
Will's
of
my
my.
favorite. Will's my
Oh my
favorite.
God. And just like you would think he is, that's how he is.
Like it
He's
would be a,
amazing. He's
it would
so fun and so loving and giving. Yes, I
it
miss working with Will Smith.
it would be a dream come true to interview Will. I'm just throwing it out
Oh
there.
my
All right.
God. Yes, throw it out there. I'm with you.
So okay, so you
Um,
got Will.
so Will was amazing. Again, I told you, like, Wendy is like one of my favorite people to be on screen with, going tit for tat. Love
Mm-hmm.
her. And I mean, I gotta say Cedric and Steve,
Yeah.
they were fucking amazing. And learned so much from them. So I only have one more person that I can say. Who can I say? Because there's so many. Because I love Melinda Williams, I love Nicole Laurie Parker. I'm gonna say, oh God, oh,
Anytime I get my guests to really think, that means I'm doing my job right.
I know, because I love Anne Marie Johnson too, and I got to direct her in something that was amazing. I got to direct Janet Hubert. Like, I'm cheating. I'm like, I got to direct Janet Hubert, and that was amazing. I got to direct John Amos, and that was amazing. But I'm gonna say working with Loretta Devine.
Yeah, the legend.
Yeah, that she played my mom, and that was amazing in this independent film project, called, ooh, you should have it. You did your research, Chris. What is the movie I did with Loretta Devine, Rockman Dunbar? Dirty Laundry.
I was actually about to say it, but you beat me to it. But all right.
Dirty Laundry.
Yeah, well, we've had a lot.
Amazing.
Yeah, well, this has been amazing. I wish I had more time with you, but I know you're a busy woman and got stuff to do. Real, like, quick. What advice would you give to those that want to follow in your footsteps in terms of getting into the entertainment industry, or if they wanted to become an actress or an actor? Like, what advice would you give them?
Don't underestimate the studying of your craft. It will give you the longevity to keep going. I think that in our world of social media, a lot of people can get famous and get an opportunity. But what keeps giving you opportunity after opportunity and actually building a career is you knowing your craft. So I always say it starts with studying your craft.
If anyone wanted to connect with you, how can they do that?
I don't know. Connect with me how?
Like follow you on social media, wanted to
Oh,
subscribe to your YouTube channel, or wanted to come
so
work for
there's
you?
different.
Just
Okay, so there's different ways. So definitely on Instagram at Terri J Vaughn, um, and I'm Terri J Vaughn on all the platforms. Our production company, Nina Holiday Entertainment, ninaholiday.com. There's a contact space on there as well. I do receive those emails as well. Um, and yeah, I mean, and if somebody want to hire me from work, I mean, they can call my agents. Is that one?
I love it. And if anyone wanted to, hop on my show, I love doing it with celebrities. Just throwing it out there. I mean, hey, you shoot, you dribble, and you hope that you score,
That's
regardless of it.
right.
Regardless of it, Terri, thank you so much for your time.
Chris, thank you. Have a good day.
Appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Terri
And thank
Vaughn,
you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. I always appreciate the love.
we appreciate you. Terri, thank you so much. Thank y'all for watching the Chris Gunther Show. I'll see y'all next time. I'm out.
Bye.